channel. WildlifeLensTV. WLTV. WLTV Cinematic Documentary. Title: The Secret Life of Squirrels, Nature's Clever Survivors. Chapter 1. Tiny Animals with Giant Secrets. Every day, they race across power lines, dart through city parks, and vanish into the treetops before most people even notice them. To many, squirrels are just ordinary backyard animals. But hidden behind those bright eyes is one of nature's most remarkable survival stories. A squirrel can leap several times the length of its own body with incredible precision. It can remember hundreds, even thousands, of hidden food caches months after burying them. When another squirrel is watching, it may even pretend to bury food in one spot while secretly hiding it somewhere else. These tiny mammals constantly battle hungry hawks, silent owls, cunning foxes, snakes, and even neighborhood cats. Every day is a test of speed, intelligence, and survival. Yet, despite these dangers, squirrels continue to thrive in forests, suburbs, and cities across North America. Even more astonishing, every forgotten acorn they leave behind has the potential to become a towering oak tree, quietly helping shape the forests of tomorrow. The next time you see a squirrel racing across a branch, remember, you may be witnessing one of the smartest and most adaptable small mammals on Earth. Today, we're uncovering the secret life of squirrels. Chapter 2. Meet the squirrel family. Squirrels belong to one of the largest groups of mammals on Earth, the rodent family. But don't let that classification fool you. These agile animals have evolved into specialists that occupy forests, mountains, deserts, grasslands, and even busy city neighborhoods. Scientists have identified more than 280 squirrel species worldwide, living on every continent except Antarctica and Australia. In North America, the familiar eastern gray squirrel is one of the most recognizable. Its thick gray fur and bushy tail make it a common sight in parks and woodlands. But it shares the landscape with many fascinating relatives. The American Red Cross squirrel is smaller, louder, and fiercely territorial. It aggressively defends its food stores and often chases away much larger competitors. On open prairies, ground squirrels spend much of their lives in underground burrows. Instead of climbing trees, they rely on speed, lookout calls, and complex tunnel systems to avoid predators. High above the forest floor, another remarkable relative comes alive after sunset. The southern flying squirrel doesn't truly fly, but it glides with astonishing precision. A thin membrane stretching between its front and back legs allows it to sail silently from tree to tree, sometimes covering more than 150 feet, 45 meters, in a single glide. Even the familiar chipmunk belongs to the squirrel family. Though much smaller, it shares many behaviors with its larger cousins, including gathering and storing food for the future. From tiny desert species to the giant squirrels of tropical forests, every member of this family has developed unique adaptations for survival. Yet they all share the same remarkable qualities: sharp intelligence, incredible agility, and an endless determination to thrive. Whether they soar through the night, tunnel beneath the earth, or race across towering trees, every squirrel shares one extraordinary advantage: a body engineered for astonishing agility. But just how do these tiny mammals perform feats that seem to defy gravity? In the next chapter, we'll uncover the incredible anatomy that makes squirrels nature's acrobats. Chapter 3. Built like nature's acrobat. Watch a squirrel for just a few seconds, and you'll witness movements that seem almost impossible. One moment it's racing straight up a tree trunk. The next, it's sprinting headfirst down the same tree without slipping. This incredible ability begins with its feet. Each paw is equipped with long, razor-sharp, curved claws that bite firmly into bark, giving squirrels a secure grip on rough surfaces. Unlike many animals, squirrels can rotate their hind ankles nearly 180 degrees. This unique adaptation lets their back feet point backward while descending, allowing the claws to dig into the bark like tiny climbing hooks. Their powerful hind legs act like compressed springs. With one explosive push, a squirrel can launch itself across gaps many times its own body length, landing with astonishing precision on branches that may sway in the wind. Helping maintain balance is one of the squirrel's most recognizable features, its magnificent bushy tail. Far more than decoration, the tail works like a multifunctional survival tool. During long jumps, it acts as a rudder, helping the squirrel steer through the air and adjust its landing. As it runs along narrow branches, the tail serves as a counterbalance, preventing dangerous falls. When cold weather arrives, that same tail becomes a warm blanket, wrapping around the body to conserve heat during rest. In heavy rain, it can even provide limited protection from the weather. Squirrels also possess exceptional eyesight. Their large eyes are positioned to provide a wide field of view, helping them detect movement from nearly every direction. Combined with highly sensitive hearing and whiskers that detect nearby objects, they remain constantly aware of their surroundings. Every leap, climb, and landing depends on perfect timing. A single mistake could mean a deadly fall, or capture by a waiting predator. Millions of years of evolution have transformed squirrels into some of the most agile mammals on Earth. Their extraordinary athleticism allows them to navigate a three-dimensional world where speed, balance, and precision determine survival every single day. Powerful legs and remarkable balance help squirrels reach their next meal, but finding food is only half the challenge. To survive harsh winters, they must remember hundreds, sometimes thousands, of hiding places. In the next chapter, we'll explore the astonishing memory that has fascinated scientists for decades. Chapter 4: The incredible memory that scientists still study. As autumn paints the forest in shades of gold and crimson, squirrels begin one of the busiest seasons of their lives. Winter is coming. Unlike some mammals, squirrels don't spend the entire winter in deep hibernation. That means they need a reliable food supply to survive months when fresh nuts, seeds, and fruits become scarce. Their solution is a remarkable strategy known as scatter hoarding. Instead of storing all their food in one place, squirrels bury individual acorns, walnuts, hickory nuts, and other seeds across hundreds of separate locations. A single squirrel may create hundreds, or even thousands, of hidden caches during a season. At first glance, this seems risky. How could such a small animal possibly remember so many hiding places? The answer lies in an extraordinary form of spatial memory. Rather than memorizing every location like a map with numbered coordinates, squirrels recognize patterns in the landscape. They use nearby trees, rocks, fallen logs, roots, and even the position of the sun to relocate many of their buried treasures. Their powerful sense of smell also helps, especially when leaves or light snow cover the ground. By combining memory with scent, squirrels can recover a surprising number of their hidden food stores. But no memory is perfect. Some nuts are forgotten. And that simple mistake becomes one of nature's greatest gifts. The forgotten acorns and seeds begin to sprout, growing into young trees that will one day provide food and shelter for countless other animals. Without realizing it, squirrels become expert forest gardeners. Every buried seed carries the possibility of a future forest. Scientists continue to study how squirrel brains process memory, navigation, and decision-making. Their ability to organize and retrieve so many scattered food caches remains one of the most fascinating examples of animal intelligence in the natural world. What appears to be a tiny animal burying a single acorn is actually part of an ancient survival strategy, one that has shaped forests for thousands of years. But remembering where food is hidden isn't the only challenge. Squirrels are constantly being watched by hungry rivals looking for an easy meal. To protect their precious food stores, these clever animals have developed an astonishing trick, one that looks remarkably like deception. In the next chapter, we'll discover why squirrels sometimes pretend to bury food where nothing is actually hidden. Chapter 5, Masters of Deception. Finding food is difficult. Keeping it is even harder. In autumn, forests become crowded with squirrels racing to collect as many nuts as possible before winter arrives. But they're not the only ones searching. Other squirrels are constantly watching, waiting for an opportunity to steal a freshly buried meal. Scientists have observed that squirrels often pay close attention to where their neighbors hide food. The moment the owner leaves, a thief may quietly dig up the cache and carry it away. To protect their hard-earned supplies, squirrels have evolved a remarkable strategy. When they realize another squirrel was watching, they sometimes perform a false burial. The squirrel goes through every motion of hiding a nut. It scratches at the ground, pretends to place the acorn in the hole, carefully covers the spot with leaves, and even pats the soil down. But the nut never leaves its mouth. Once the observer is distracted or moves away, the squirrel quietly travels to a different location and buries the food for real. This behavior reduces the chance that competitors will discover the true hiding place. Some squirrels also move their stored food to new locations if they suspect another animal has learned where it is hidden. This recaching adds another layer of protection to their winter pantry. These behaviors don't mean squirrels are planning elaborate schemes like humans do. Instead, they show a flexible ability to adjust their actions based on what other animals are doing, a remarkable example of behavioral adaptation. Life in the forest is a constant competition. Every acorn can mean the difference between surviving a harsh winter or going hungry. So every decision matters. Every hiding place matters. And sometimes, the smartest move is to fool the competition. Even the cleverest squirrel can't avoid danger forever. High above the treetops, sharp eyes scan every movement below, while silent hunters wait in the darkness. In the next chapter, we'll see how squirrels survive a world filled with predators, and why every second can mean the difference between life and death. Chapter 6, Surviving Nature's Deadliest Hunters. For a squirrel, the forest is beautiful. But it is never truly safe. Every journey to gather food comes with risk. Hidden among the branches, predators are always searching for their next meal. From the sky, red-tailed hawks circle with remarkable eyesight, able to spot the slightest movement on the forest floor. Their powerful talons can strike with incredible speed, giving a squirrel only a split second to react. As daylight fades, another hunter takes over. Owls glide almost silently through the night. Their specialized feathers muffle the sound of flight, allowing them to approach unnoticed until the final moment. On the ground, foxes patrol woodland edges with keen hearing and a powerful sense of smell. Coyotes roam larger territories, while snakes wait patiently beneath fallen logs, inside hollow trees, or among rocks, ready to ambush an unsuspecting squirrel. In suburban neighborhoods, domestic cats add yet another challenge. Although well-fed, many still retain strong hunting instincts, making them effective predators of small wildlife. To survive in such a dangerous world, squirrels rely on a combination of speed, agility, and constant vigilance. Their large eyes provide a broad field of vision, helping them detect movement from many directions. Their ears swivel to capture the faintest sounds, while sensitive whiskers help them judge nearby obstacles as they race through dense vegetation. When danger appears, hesitation can be fatal. A squirrel may freeze against the bark of a tree, using its gray or brown fur as camouflage. If discovered, it explodes into action, zigzagging across branches, leaping impossible gaps, or spiraling around tree trunks to keep the trunk between itself and a pursuing hawk. Squirrels also communicate with one another using sharp alarm calls and rapid tail movements. These warnings alert nearby squirrels that a predator is close, giving others precious seconds to escape. Even with all these adaptations, not every encounter ends in survival. Young squirrels, injured adults, and inexperienced juveniles often fall victim to predators. Yet this balance is an essential part of healthy ecosystems. Predators help regulate squirrel populations, while squirrels continue to provide food for many other species. In nature, survival is never guaranteed. Every sunrise begins another race between hunter and hunted. And every successful escape is a victory earned through millions of years of evolution. Escaping predators is only part of a squirrel story. Each spring, hidden high among the branches, a new generation begins its journey. Inside carefully built nests, tiny blind newborns depend entirely on their mother for survival. In the next chapter, we'll step inside the secret world of a squirrel's family life. Chapter 7, Family Life Inside the Nest. High above the forest floor, hidden among dense branches, a squirrel's home is carefully woven into the canopy. This nest, known as a dray, is built from twigs, leaves, moss, bark, and soft grasses. From the outside, it may look like an untidy bundle of sticks. But inside, it is surprisingly warm, dry, and well insulated against wind and rain. Some squirrels choose a different kind of home. Natural tree cavities, abandoned woodpeckers' holes, and hollow trunks offer even greater protection from harsh weather and predators. These sheltered spaces become safe nurseries where a new generation can begin life. Unlike many mammals, the mother squirrel raises her young alone. After a pregnancy lasting only a few weeks, she gives birth to a litter that usually contains 2 to 4 babies, though larger litters can occur. At birth, the babies are tiny, pink, blind, deaf, and almost completely helpless. They have no fur to keep them warm and depend entirely on their mother's constant care. For the first several weeks, she rarely leaves the nest for long. She nurses her young, keeps them warm, and carefully cleans the nest to reduce the risk of disease. As the weeks pass, remarkable changes begin to unfold. Soft gray or reddish fur starts to cover their bodies. Their eyes slowly open, revealing a world they have never seen before. Curious noses twitch as they explore the nest, while tiny claws begin gripping branches during their first cautious climbs. play soon becomes an important lesson. Young squirrels chase one another, wrestle, leap between small branches, and practice balancing with their tails. These playful moments strengthen muscles, improve coordination, and teach essential survival skills they will need as adults. Their mother also demonstrates where to search for food, how to recognize danger, and when it's safest to leave the shelter of the nest. After several weeks of learning and growing, the young squirrels are finally ready to venture out on their own. Some will establish territories nearby. Others will travel surprising distances in search of suitable habitat. Only a fraction will survive to adulthood, but those that do will continue the remarkable cycle that has sustained squirrel populations for millions of years. Every independent squirrel begins life in the quiet safety of a carefully built nest high among the trees. Growing up is only the beginning. As autumn fades and icy winds sweep through the forest, squirrels face one of their greatest annual challenges: surviving winter. In the next chapter, we'll discover the remarkable strategies that help these tiny mammals endure freezing temperatures and months of scarce food. Chapter 8: Surviving Winter. As the last autumn leaves drift to the ground, the forest begins to change. The days grow shorter. The nights become colder. Snow blankets the landscape, and many of the foods squirrels depend on disappear beneath ice and frozen earth. For small mammals, winter is one of the most dangerous seasons of the year. Contrary to popular belief, most tree squirrels do not hibernate through the entire winter. Instead, they remain active, venturing out whenever conditions allow to search for the food they carefully stored during autumn. Every buried acorn now becomes a life-saving meal. Using an impressive combination of memory and smell, squirrels dig through snow and leaf litter to recover hidden nuts. Even after heavy snowfall, many caches can still be found beneath the frozen surface. Their thick winter coat provides valuable insulation against freezing temperatures. Dens for traps warm air close to the body, while the bushy tail acts like a blanket, wrapping around the squirrel during rest to reduce heat loss. On especially cold or stormy days, squirrels conserve energy by remaining inside sheltered tree cavities or well-built trees. Sharing a nest with other squirrels during extreme weather can also help reduce heat loss, although many squirrels spend much of the winter alone. Food remains the greatest challenge. Not every hidden cache is recovered. Some are stolen by other squirrels, while others are discovered by birds, mice, deer, or other hungry animals. A poor acorn harvest during autumn can make winter especially difficult, reducing survival rates for young squirrels and older adults. Yet squirrels have evolved to cope with uncertainty. They constantly inspect new food sources, adapt their feeding habits, and take advantage of whatever the season provides, from seeds and fungi to tree buds and even bark when necessary. Every successful winter is a testament to careful preparation, remarkable memory, and relentless determination. As spring approaches and temperatures begin to rise, the forest awakens once again. The squirrels that survived face a new season filled with opportunity, and the cycle of life begins anew. Every winter survivor carries the forest into a new season. But squirrels do far more than ensure their own survival. Without realizing it, these tiny mammals help create the forests of the future. In the next chapter, we'll discover why squirrels are often called nature's accidental gardeners. Chapter 9: Nature's Accidental Gardeners. Every autumn, squirrels bury thousands of seeds in preparation for winter. Some are recovered. Many are not. What seems like a simple mistake becomes one of nature's greatest success stories. Hidden beneath the forest floor, forgotten acorns, walnuts, hickory nuts, and other seeds remain protected by a blanket of soil and fallen leaves. When spring rains arrive and temperatures rise, these forgotten treasures begin to awaken. Tiny roots push into the earth. Delicate green shoots reach toward the sunlight. Over the years, those fragile seedlings grow into towering trees that may stand for centuries. Without intending to, squirrels become some of the forest's most important tree planters. Their habit of scatter hoarding spreads seeds across wide areas, helping forests regenerate after storms, fires, or natural aging. Instead of all the seeds falling beneath one parent tree, where they would compete for light, water, and nutrients, squirrels carry them to new locations where many have a better chance of surviving. As these new trees mature, they transform the landscape. Their branches provide nesting sites for birds. Their trunks shelter insects, bats, and other mammals. Their leaves produce oxygen, store carbon, and cool the forest floor. Their acorns feed deer, wild turkeys, bears, and countless other animals. An entire ecosystem can benefit from the work of a single squirrel. This remarkable partnership is developed over millions of years. The trees provide food. The squirrels spread their seeds. Together, they help maintain healthy forests that support thousands of species. The next time you watch a squirrel bury an acorn, remember that you may also be witnessing the beginning of tomorrow's forest. Some of the tallest trees standing today may have started their journey with a tiny squirrel that simply forgot where it buried its lunch. They may be small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, yet their influence reaches across entire forests. As we conclude our journey, we'll look back at the extraordinary abilities that make squirrels some of nature's most successful, and most overlooked, survivors. Chapter 10, Small Animal, Massive Impact. For many people, a squirrel is simply a familiar face in the neighborhood park. A quick flash of gray fur. A bushy tail disappearing into the trees. An animal so common that it's easy to overlook. But behind that ordinary appearance lies an extraordinary survivor. Every day, squirrels perform astonishing feats of athleticism, climbing towering trees, leaping across impossible gaps, and escaping predators with speed and precision. They prepare months in advance for the hardships of winter, hiding hundreds of food caches across the landscape and relying on remarkable memory to recover them when food becomes scarce. They raise their young high above the forest floor, teaching the next generation the skills needed to survive in a world filled with danger. And without ever intending to, they help shape the forests themselves. Every forgotten seed has the potential to become a mighty oak, a towering hickory, or another tree that will provide food, shelter, and clean air for countless living creatures. Their story reminds us that nature's greatest influences are not always the largest or the strongest. Sometimes, they come in the form of a small animal carrying a single acorn through the leaves. The next time you visit a forest, walk through a city park, or simply look out your window, pause for a moment if you see a squirrel. Watch how it moves. Notice how carefully it observes the world around it. Think about the countless journeys hidden behind every leap, every buried acorn, and every narrow escape. Because once you understand the secret life of squirrels, you'll never see these remarkable little mammals the same way again. Nature is filled with incredible stories. All we have to do is slow down and look a little closer. Thank you for watching WLTV. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey into the hidden lives of wildlife. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.